Hi. Today I wanted to talk about why clarity is so important. So remember, I talk about us being a signal. We are emitting a signal every second of every day. So how we feel in any particular moment is the signal that we're emitting. So keep that in mind as we talk about clarity. So the other day I said to someone, "Would you wash these towels?" Now she took that to mean, "Please, would you wash these towels?" But what I had really meant to say, but I didn't have clarity, was, if these towels were yours and you knew where they had been, would you wash them? That's a very different question. But when we don't have clarity with what we're talking about or what we're asking, there is perhaps subconsciously some unease, some unknowing, some confusion. And that unease, unknowing, or confusion actually lives inside of us as a weird feeling, weird sensations of confusion, that feeling, that uncomfortable feeling of confusion. And in that moment, that is the signal that we are emitting. Now, we might not be aware of it. In many instances, we're not aware of it, but it does not mean it's not there. It is still inside of us. That's our signal in that moment. And that is not a beneficial signal because it means we're going to get that feeling back again in the future. Now, that feeling might be part of me if I'm asking a question that hasn't got clarity. It also might be on the part of the person I'm talking to. They might feel uncomfortable because they might know that there's multiple different answers to the question that I'm posing. So that is also their signal. So it's not beneficial to either of us in that instance. But if I ask a question with clarity, then there's no confusion inside of me because I stated the question in a way that the person on the other end would know what I was asking. There'd also be less confusion in the other person because they would know exactly what I was asking and they would have an answer. In that instance, I'm feeling secure on the inside. My signal is good. They would also be feeling more secure on the inside and their signal would be good. So we're affecting our future in that moment, right? Every moment we're affecting our future. So if we're able to give the other person security, confidence, then that is the signal that they're emitting. And that's the signal I'm emitting. And that is then what we're attracting back into our future. Now, the thing is, when there's no clarity, is that we start filling in the answer, filling in that confusion with something we've experienced in the past or some belief that we have. We just fill in the blanks because we're not sure which way to go. So, for example, imagine that I'm at home and a new partner is late home from work and I don't know why they're late. And I have had infidelity in a relationship in the past, right? If that is the case, then my mind is going to fill in the reason why that partner is late with my prior experience. And I'll start thinking, oh, well, maybe they're with someone else. I will replay that past experience because I have no clarity. However, if my partner calls up and says, "I'm going to be late because I have to stop at the store to buy some milk, so expect me about 10 minutes late," in that case, I can be secure. My signal can be good. They can also be secure because when they get home, they know they've given me clarity. Their signal is also pure, and that's the signal we're emitting, and that's what we're getting back into our future. Another time we are often not using clarity is when someone says something to us and we feel a question bubbling up inside of us, but we do not ask it. We do not ask for clarity because we're afraid of feeling dumb or we're afraid of what they'll say. And in that moment, when we're not asking for clarity, we're still feeling confusion. We're not asking our question. It's sitting inside of us. That energy is bubbling away inside of us, and that is our signal. In that moment, that feeling of uncertainty, that is our signal. And we're going to get that back. If you don't want that back, if we don't want that back, we need to ask that question. We need to get clarity now so that we can feel comfortable and secure now, so that our signal is comfortable and secure. And that's what we're going to get back in our future rather than uncertainty. Another place we often don't give clarity is with expectations. If I owe someone some money and I'm planning on giving it back next week, but their expectation is that I will give it back today, there's lack of clarity there. Now, if I'm confident in the fact that I'm going to give it back next week and that's fine by me, my signal is one of security and confidence and clarity. But if that other person has not asked me to give the money back today, they are in a place of uncertainty, unknowing, and confusion. And that is their signal. And that is the signal they're emitting right now. And they're going to get that feeling back again in the future. So with expectations, we need to be really clear. If we want to have a really stable, confident future, it makes a difference. So much of our language and the way we say things is indirect. There is confusion inherent in the way we say things. What if I said to you, what would you like for dinner tonight? When what I really mean to say is, I don't want to decide what's for dinner tonight, so I'd like you to make that decision for me. Would you do that? It's a very different question. One has much more clarity than the other. Or I might be meaning to say, I want to have this for dinner tonight, which I really, really like, but I know you don't like it, so I'm willing to give up what I want for you to have something that you want. Do you want to tell me what that is? That, again, is a very different question, but it could be asked in the way of no clarity in what would you like for dinner tonight? So we have to start really thinking about our truth, what we really want to say, and being willing to say it, because that affects us now. It affects the signal we're emitting right now and the signal that the other person is emitting right now. And that affects our future. It affects what we attract back into our future. So let's all work on creating clarity in our conversations, in our language, so that we can all change our future. Thanks for joining me today. Maybe I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.